Hi, and welcome back to Thone's Mount Nibbles, number 31. And we have just completed the chapter 5, which was the chapter on true righteousness, and now we're starting chapter 6, true worship. And we're going to be speaking at some length on this subject. And so we're starting out with charity, and this is part A, or part 1. We're going to be reading Matthew chapter 6, verses 1 through 4. Take heed that ye do not your alms before men, to be seen of them. Otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Therefore I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And this is one of those things that we can clearly say that the main subject is, it's all about the motive. Why is this in the Bible? It's God's viewpoint on charitable giving. And we ought to listen to God about charitable giving. Communication. Understand who you are pleasing, and that's really the key to the motivation part. Application to my life. We note that the Pharisees did good deeds. Understanding why they did tells us that their motives were mixed. They wished to do these deeds as part of obeying the law, and that's fine. However, they also clearly did these deeds out of pride to be thought of well by men. They didn't understand that charity and the supporting of good causes, although they are desirable traits, do not move them 1 inch closer to salvation. Because salvation is a gift of God, not of man's deeds, whether they be good or bad. This is often spoken of as salvation by works is wrong. Salvation by grace is what really happens. And wanting to be well thought of by others is an attempt at salvation by works, good things that you do. Living for men's praise only leads to pride and not to heaven. Remember that. Thus, we demonstrate our desire for God by doing good deeds at times and in ways that only He can see. God says motives are everything. My personal response: Lord, thank you for rewarding good deeds with the appropriate reward for both the deed and for the reason we did the deed. We must understand that your power and glory could always complete these deeds without our help at all, and that it is indeed a great honor and privilege to be allowed to participate in these acts of love and mercy. And what a wonderful thought that is in the Scripture. We know that God, being all-powerful, all-knowing, and all the other alls that He is, could spread all the good around the world by simply, the wiggling of His finger or the scratching of His nose or whatever. That doesn't matter. He could do it, but He honors us as we grow in Him and closer to Him and where He wants us to be. He honors us by allowing us to participate in this giving and this mercy and this love. And that is one of the great privileges of being part of God's ministry, whether it be a formal position of, your name is preceded by pastor, or whether it's a personal ministry, or whether it's just a private one-on-one ministry with someone. All of those things are honored by God when they're done right, and it's all about the motive, as we were saying. So next time, we'll see you.